All right, so let's dive into something pretty massive that's been happening in the tech world.
Yeah.
You've probably heard about OpenAI's latest announcement.
Oh, yeah.
It's about their brand new AGI model,
Right.
but today we're gonna go deeper than just the headlines
Oh, boy.
and really unpack what this could mean.
Yeah.
We're looking at an article here called OpenAI's new AGI Milestone December 2024 update.
hmm
And honestly, I think milestone might be a bit of an understatement
Yeah, it's definitely been causing a stir.
for good reason.
Yeah.
So they're calling this new model the O3 model.
Right.
And the big news is that OpenAI is labeling it an AGI,
Ah.
which stands for Artificial General Intelligence.
Yep.
Now, I know we hear about AI breakthroughs all the time,
For sure.
but what makes this one different?
This isn't just like an incremental step.
Right.
The O3 model is like showcasing abilities that are really like pushing the boundaries of what we thought was even possible with AI.
Oh, wow.
Like, for instance, it got an 88% score on competitive coding tests.
88%.
Yeah, so like to put that into perspective, that's better than a lot of human programmers.
Okay. 88% on coding tests?
Mhm.
That's honestly a bit intimidating.
Hmm.
I mean, I can barely write a simple Hello World program,
Yeah.
but it doesn't just stop there, right? This AI is doing some pretty amazing things in other areas too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like what?
The O3 model's getting near-perfect scores in advanced mathematics and science.
Wow.
It's even surpassing the performance of leading experts in those fields.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
So just imagine having access to a system that can solve complex scientific problems
Yeah.
with that level of accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
The potential implications for research and development are just massive.
It's like having a superpowered research assistant
Totally.
that never needs coffee breaks.
Yeah.
Or gets tired.
Exactly.
But let's break down what this actually means for intelligence itself. They're using the term AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, which seems to imply
Right.
that it's on a comparable level to humans.
Yeah, that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
The O3 model's performance is making us rethink
Ah,
our traditional definitions of intelligence.
I see.
Like up until now, we've mainly measured AI against like human benchmarks.
Right.
But this O3 model is surpassing those benchmarks
Okay.
in specific areas.
So then how do we even begin to measure the intelligence of something
Right.
that might be smarter than humans in certain things?
Yeah.
The article mentions this ARC AGI benchmark.
Mhm.
What is that exactly?
The ARC AGI benchmark was designed specifically to measure an AI's ability to like reason and adapt like humans do.
Oh, okay.
So it tests for things like problem solving
Yeah.
and critical thinking
Right.
and the ability to learn from new information.
So it's like the ultimate test
Right.
for seeing if an AI is actually intelligent.
Yeah.
How does the O3 model stack up against that?
Well, even with limited computer resources, the O3 model got a score of 76%
76%.
on the ARC AGI benchmark, which is the highest score ever for an AI system.
Wow.
And then when they gave the model unlimited compute,
Yeah.
the score jumped to an amazing 87.5%.
Incredible.
Yeah, and for context, human-level performance on this benchmark is set at 85%.
Wow. Those numbers are seriously impressive.
Yeah.
But all this talk about unlimited compute
Mm.
makes me wonder
Yeah.
what kind of resources are we even talking about? Because
Mhm.
I'm guessing it's not just plugging this AI into your everyday laptop.
You're definitely right about that.
So what is it?
The article actually mentioned that a single test run of the O3 model under unlimited compute cost a crazy $347,000.
$347,000
Yeah.
for one test run.
Yeah, for a single test run.
That's more than some people make in a year.
Right.
It makes you wonder who will even have access to this kind of technology
Yeah.
if it costs that much to run.
For sure.
Will it just be limited to huge corporations and research institutions?
Or will there be ways to make it more available?
Those are really important questions to consider.
Yeah.
The cost factor definitely raises questions about accessibility
Right.
and even control over these super powerful AI systems.
Yeah. If we're talking about AI that's smarter than humans in certain things,
Right.
we have to think really carefully about who gets to use it and what they use.
For sure.
It's not just about the technology itself. It's
Yeah.
about what it means for society and the economy.
Right.
But before we get too deep into all of that,
Okay.
I'm curious what experts are saying about the O3 model.
Yeah.
I imagine there are some mixed opinions out there.
There definitely are.
Like what?
Some experts are saying that the O3 model is a huge breakthrough,
Yeah.
a potential game changer that could like revolutionize tons of industries.
Right.
But there are also some people urging caution.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're saying we need to really think about the limitations
Mm.
and possible risks.
This is not all just hype and excitement.
Not really. There are some legitimate concerns too.
Oh, yeah.
Like what?
One of the quotes that really stood out to me in the article
Okay.
was from Greg Comrade, the president of the ARC Foundation. He
Yeah.
said, we need to update our understanding of AI capabilities.
I see.
It's like we're trying to understand something that's evolving faster than we can define it.
It sounds like we're at a point where our traditional ways of thinking about intelligence might not be good enough anymore.
Right.
We need to expand our understanding to make room for all these new possibilities.
Exactly.
The O3 model is making us rethink what AI can actually achieve and what it means for the future.
Yeah,
Well, this is all super fascinating,
it is.
but honestly, it's a lot to take in.
I know.
I think we need to unpack some of these concepts a bit more
Right.
to really get what's so important about this.
Yeah, I agree. Let's take a closer look at some of the specific details about the O3 model and what it can do.
Okay.
And maybe we can dive a little deeper into those different expert perspectives.
Okay, so let's start with superintelligence,
Right.
which you mentioned earlier.
Mhm.
What does that actually mean?
Right.
And is the O3 model really smarter than humans in some areas?
That's a question that's causing a lot of debate in the AI community.
Uh-huh.
And while the O3 model is showing some remarkable capabilities,
Right.
some experts are saying it's not quite accurate to call it superintelligent yet.
So what's the difference?
Yeah.
Where do we draw the line between just really impressive performance
Right.
and actual superintelligence?
Well, one of the key arguments is that while the O3 model is great at complex tasks,
Okay.
it still struggles with some intuitive reasoning problems
Uh-huh.
that are pretty easy for humans to solve.
Can you give me an example?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having trouble picturing that.
Imagine you're putting together a piece of furniture
Okay.
without the instructions.
All right.
A human can usually figure out how the pieces fit together
Right.
using spatial reasoning and some trial and error.
Mm.
The O3 model,
Yeah.
even with all its computing power,
Yeah.
might have trouble with this seemingly simple task.
Really?
Yeah, because it doesn't have that same intuitive understanding.
So it's like the model can process tons of information
Yeah.
and solve complicated equations,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't have common sense or real-world understanding.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And that's one of the main things that researchers are focusing on
Okay.
as they develop AI systems.
Makes sense.
The goal is to create AI that can not only do complex calculations,
Yeah.
but also understand and deal with the real world.
Yeah, like humans do.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
And that's where the next version of the ARC AGI benchmark comes in.
Okay.
They're designing it to test those intuitive problem-solving skills
Oh, cool.
that humans are so good at.
So we take it for granted,
Yeah.
but it's hard for AI.
right.
It'll be interesting to see how the O3 model does with those new challenges.
Yeah.
So the O3 model is a huge step forward,
For sure.
but it's not the end. There's still so much work to do
Yeah.
in developing AI that can really rival human intelligence.
Absolutely.
And as we keep pushing the boundaries of AI,
Yeah.
we have to be really careful about the ethical side of things
For sure.
and the potential risks.
Yeah. It's not just about what we can do.
Right.
It's about what we should do.
Exactly. We need to be having serious conversations about how to develop and use AI responsibly
Totally.
to make sure it benefits everyone.
Absolutely.
I couldn't agree more. The ethical side of AI is something we need to be talking about now,
Yeah.
not later.
For sure.
Well, I think this is a good place to pause for now.
Okay.
We've covered a lot of ground today,
Yeah, we have.
from the O3 model's capabilities to the bigger philosophical and ethical questions about AI.
Yeah, it's been a really interesting conversation so far.
It has.
And I'm excited to keep exploring these topics
Me too.
in more depth.
And we'll do just that when we come back for part 2 of our deep dive into the world of artificial general intelligence.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned.
So picking up where we left off, the O3 model's capabilities are really making us rethink what's possible with AI.
It's true. We keep saying AGI, artificial general intelligence, but is it really comparable to human intelligence?
Right.
How do we even define that?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no one definition of AGI that everyone agrees on.
Okay.
Some experts think it includes things like consciousness, self-awareness,
Right.
even emotions.
Okay, hold on. Are we talking about AI with feelings now?
Yeah.
That sounds like science fiction.
It's definitely something that gets people thinking and debating.
Yeah.
And While the O3 model hasn't shown any signs of being sentient or conscious,
Okay.
its advancements are making us consider these questions seriously.
So we're not at the robots taking over the world stage yet.
Not yet.
But this whole discussion does raise some big questions about the future.
Yeah?
Our jobs, our relationships, even our purpose.
Right.
Like, if AI can outperform us in so many ways,
Mm.
what does that even mean for humanity?
It's a question people have been asking for decades.
Yeah.
And now it feels a lot more real.
For sure.
We don't have all the answers.
Right?
But it's clear that AGI could completely change society as we know it.
It's exciting and a little scary at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Like, the possibilities are huge.
Totally.
Curing diseases, tackling climate change, exploring the universe.
Uh-huh.
But then there's the fear of the unknown.
Right.
What if we can't control it?
That's the thing. The potential benefits are massive,
Yeah,
but we have to be careful and responsible.
I'm sure.
We need to make sure AI serves us,
Right.
not the other way around.
Exactly. The article talked about the need for ethical guidelines and regulations.
Yeah.
As AI gets more advanced, it's like we're dealing with this powerful force.
Right.
And we need to make sure it's used for good.
Exactly. We need to be proactive
Yeah,
about setting up ethical frameworks for AI development.
right.
These systems have to align with our values
Right.
and benefit everyone.
So it's not just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's about how we use it.
Yeah, we need to make sure AI improves our lives
Right.
and doesn't lead us down a path we can't come back from.
That's a big task.
It is.
But I think to make this whole AGI thing more relatable to our listeners,
Okay.
we should look at some real-world applications.
Yeah, good point. Let's think about healthcare.
Okay.
Imagine AI diagnosing diseases
Uh-huh.
with incredible accuracy,
Wow.
personalizing treatment plans,
Yeah.
even assisting in complex surgeries.
It sounds like something out of a futuristic medical drama.
I know, right?
But what happens to doctors and nurses?
Right.
Are they replaced by robots?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It's more likely that AI will help them do their jobs better,
I see.
allowing them to focus on the more complex parts of patient care
Mm-hmm.
while AI takes care of the routine stuff.
So it's not about replacing humans.
Right.
It's about humans and AI working together.
Exactly, collaborating to get better results.
What about other fields like education?
AI could personalize learning, give real-time feedback,
Yeah.
and make education accessible to everyone around the world.
Wow.
Imagine a world where everyone has access to great education
Mhm.
that's tailored to their needs.
Now, that's an application I can get behind.
Right.
Sounds amazing.
It does.
What about the business world?
AI can streamline operations,
Okay.
automate tasks,
Yeah.
and give companies data-driven insights
Uh-huh.
to help them make better decisions.
So AI could change almost every part of our lives.
It definitely has the potential.
It feels like we're on the verge of some major changes.
It does. But remember, technology is a tool.
Right.
We decide how it's used.
Right. We shape our future with AI.
Exactly.
Not the other way around.
Yeah, it's exciting
Yeah,
and a little bit daunting.
it is.
The age of AI is here,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to be actively involved in shaping where it goes.
Okay, so we've talked about the O3 model's capabilities,
Yeah.
the philosophical stuff about AGI. Uh-huh.
The potential benefits and risks.
Right.
And the ethical considerations.
Yeah.
But I still have one question.
Okay.
What's next for AI?
Mm.
Do you have any predictions?
I don't have a crystal ball,
Yeah.
but I can definitely say that AI innovation is going to keep accelerating.
Okay.
We're probably going to see even more sophisticated models
Yeah.
capable of things we haven't even thought of yet.
So the O3 model is just the beginning.
In a lot of ways, yes.
Wow. It really feels like we're living in a crazy time.
It does.
But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Okay.
I want to switch gears a little and
Yeah.
bring it back to something a bit more personal.
Mm-hmm.
So we've talked about how the O3 model could change things like healthcare, education, business, even our understanding of intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of curious about the everyday human experiences.
Right.
You know, the things that AI can't or maybe shouldn't replicate.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on that?
That's a really interesting question.
It gets to the heart of what makes us human.
Right. Like, could an AI ever really understand
Yeah.
the joy of a child laughing? Or like
Yeah.
the awe of looking up at a sky full of stars?
Right.
Could AI ever grasp those deeply personal experiences that shape who we are?
Those are experiences that are connected to
Yeah.
our emotions, our senses, our shared history as humans.
Right.
Those aren't things you can easily measure or program.
It's almost like there's this whole part of human experience
Yeah.
that's beyond the reach of algorithms and data.
I think there's something to that. As we
Yeah.
keep exploring AI,
Hmm.
it's important to remember and appreciate those things that make us human.
Right. It's about finding that balance
Yeah.
between all this amazing technology
Yeah.
and what it means to be human.
Exactly. Embracing both the power of technology and the richness of human experience.
As we go further into this unknown world of AI,
Yeah,
we need to hold on to the things that make us human,
for sure.
like creativity, empathy, compassion.
Those qualities will always be important,
Yeah.
no matter how advanced AI gets.
Right. They're what connect us to each other
Exactly.
and give our lives meaning.
Couldn't say it better myself.
Well, it's been a fascinating journey exploring the world of AGI
Yeah, it really has.
and what it could mean for the future.
For sure.
So, listeners, we've covered a lot today.
We have.
From what the O3 model can do
Mm-hmm.
to the big questions about what it means to be human in the age of AI.
All right.
We encourage you to keep learning about all of this
Yeah,
and stay informed about how AI is changing the world.
for sure.
This is a conversation that's only going to get more important
Absolutely.
in the years to come.
It is.
Keep asking questions.
Yeah.
Keep learning.
Mhm.
And remember, the
Yeah.
future of AI is ultimately in our hands.
Well said.
That's a great note to end on.
It is.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of artificial intelligence.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, happy diving.